Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea. Welcome back to another video. Today we have Denver here with his overlord flying across the map against Elazer, who's also flying his overlord across the map. It's going to be a ZvZ. Will be played on Oxide Ladder Edition. Hatch first coming down here for Elazer. As we see Denver actually opening up with a more aggressive option. I believe this was a 13-12. But it also could have been a 14-14. No, I think this is a 13-12. The timing on the pool is just a little bit too fast here. That means we're going to be seeing some large aggression coming out of Denver here. It's on Elazer to defend all of this. It's going to be playing 18 gas, 17 pools. So this is the most standard opener currently in ZvZ. It's the most standard opener in general in all of the Zerg openers. However, in ZvZ sometimes it is a little bit tricky to keep that natural hatchery alive or to just stay alive in general. We'll see if he's going to be capable of doing just that. Baneling Nest is going to get thrown down here as well for Denver as the first 6 lings are now out. This overlord is not going to spot them, I believe. No, these lings do manage to run away out of the vision of that overlord. Okay. Very interesting. So these lings will go unspotted. 4 more lings are on the way. These will get spotted. And now Elazer should realize that something funky is going on. He sees 2 lings move across the map. He already built 21 workers though. So it's not like he can just build a bunch of lings himself at this point. We have a queen coming out of Elazer. A spine immediately as well. And I think he realizes what's going on. Do you want to pull drones against this? I think generally the answer is no if your opponent didn't open up with a 12 pool. And as Elazer knows his timings, he knows this isn't a 12 pool. So he's just going to sit back, relax, and take the damage here. Most likely he's just going to straight up lose this hatchery. Should be fine. Oh, he's going to lose 1 ling here. Good surround out of Denver, stopping that ling from going up. Here come the 2 banelings trying to head towards the high ground. I have an Evo chamber trying to wall off potentially these banes. Cool little move there out of Elazer. Elazer's gonna try to kill these banes and might actually be capable of doing so. No. 3 lings will fall for free as Elazer's in a little bit of trouble here. 2 more banes are on the way. Denver wants to come in from 2 sides at the same time. So you have a 4 bane morph. This is such cute SimCity here out of Elazer. Look at that setup. Baneling nest properly here. Queen can move in between. There's 2 banes in this area. And there's a spawning pool on the bottom side. So we have this double baneling flank coming from the back right now. Will be capable of getting, well, a couple of drones. 6 drones do end up falling. 14 workers against 14 workers remaining. And we have a hatchery on the side of Denver here. These lings are going to dive in as well and take out 4 more drones. Holy crap. That was a huge deal. Yeah, this game is, I don't want to say it's practically over, but it is practically over at this point. 16 workers on the side of Denver. 11 workers on the side of Elazer. We have double queens for Elazer, which is going to help. And there is a spine crawler, which will keep him safe. But on the other hand, there's so many assets here for Denver as well. I mean, his baneling nest is also done, so it's not like he's behind in that. He has speed done already, which Elazer doesn't. So I'd really do favor Denver's position in this specific situation. I mean, he's just in a way superior spot. Up 4 workers, faster natural hatchery, which can start mining soon. And he's going to go up to 3 queens as well. So with the queen count even, these larvae will start popping. And I don't really see any issues here for the French Zerg player. I'm surprised Elazer decides to take out this Evo chamber rather than trying to use it perhaps. A little bit surprising for sure. Denver straight up teching into layer right now. Curious to see if that's going to be for some type of Nidus or maybe it's going to be for a Mutalisk play. Mutalisk play here would be very ballsy. I kind of do like it. I really wouldn't mind it if he would go for it. He's up 5 workers as a second gas. He's gonna get enough gas for sure for that Spire the moment the layer finishes. And we don't have a Roach Warren on the way yet. Could also be going for some 2-base Hydra action. It's not common and it's not very good, but technically it's possible. 2-base Swarm Host. I've seen it happen, guys. I've seen it happen. Some of my own ladder games. Once again, not good, but possibility. No, we're gonna see 2 extra gases go down. It's most likely just going to be a straight up Spire, of course. 31 workers against 28, so although it feels like Denver should have been further ahead. He's actually still very far ahead. He already invested drones into extra extractors. He has an Evo chamber. He has a layer done. Denver's just in a good spot. I'm not gonna pretend like he isn't. Elazer, though, gradually is droning up and slowly should get to a drone count where he's going to be happy. Triple queen block on the ramp as well. Layer starts for the Polish Zerg, as the French Zerg already has a Spire, what is this, 30% done. A couple of extra extractors going down here for Elazer, who will need to defend this with a Roach Warren somehow. But yeah, it's just, this is going to be a real pain. He can throw down his own Spire. He'll need to go into Roaches. I think it's the only solution here. He'll need to do a Roach Nidus and pray that his opponent doesn't scout it. Second Evo on the way here for Denver. Denver wants to be going hard into up. I don't understand this second Evo. But then again, I don't understand a lot. Fort Gas is going to go down. Curious to see what that's going to be for. Got these links being pushed away by the queens. And perhaps an Overseer will be morphed here. This feels like it might... Yeah, okay, it's going to be an Overseer. You see Denver sending out Overlords already. Elazer doesn't have that many Overlords on the map, but still needs to be somewhat careful. Roach Warren is here. Hop. And a third base is on the way as well. Now the Overseer starts heading in. Elazer actually managed to secure a little bit of a drone lead for himself. Of course, 9 Mutas in production, so would make sense. +1 for ranges on the way. Nidus Network immediately gets thrown down. There is 6 queens already. There's 2 more on the way. Third base get cancelled. 7 roaches are coming out as well. We'll see if this is going to work here for Elazer. Elazer does not have any vision on the map currently. And his Nidus Network gets spotted immediately here by these 6 links. It's kind of a big deal, honestly. The only thing that Denver needs to do at this point is just fly around and find the Nidus. The moment he kills the Nidus, the game just ends. And there's truly nothing on the map here for Elazer. He just doesn't have anything. That is a pretty sizable issue. That is definitely a problem here for Elazer, as in order to get the, oh my, he's gonna queen walk across the map? You gotta be kidding me. He's actually queen walking his opponent while having a Nidus. Denver's gonna spot this, and Denver's gonna think to himself, I wonder if there's anything I can do at this point. And obviously the natural is going to... What? He's going to straight up fight the queens? I'm not quite sure if that's the answer, my friend. In my mind, the perfect answer is you catch any reinforcements here on the side. I like this Nidus a lot. Yeah, this is the correct answer and should have been used earlier. Links have to go around as well, but there's honestly not that many links on the map, only 14. Now these queens are going to get taken out. 1 queen falls, no transfuse being used here. Here the transfuses are coming in, and these mutas are starting to get a little bit low, but so is the queen count. +1 has finished for the flyer attacks, and +1 is also finished on these queens. What is the score right now? 10 mutas remaining against 5 queens. I feel like that Denver could almost keep fighting here. Links are gonna swoop around, and this might just be it for the queens here, as the roaches are not in position to defend them. Queens are going to try to target down as many mutas as they can, but well, they really can't. These roaches are gonna try to walk into the natural. They will succeed at that. Might be able to take out a queen or two. At the same time, these roaches are gonna pop out. More queens coming in as well. Drones coming out for spores as well, but these should be easily cancelled as there's still a lot of mutas on the map. And I mean, as long as these spores don't go up, it seems like a difficult journey here for Elazer. He's gonna try to sneak his way into the natural. When I say sneak, it's the type of sneaking I do when I play Hitman. Just not that much sneaking is what I'm trying to say. Just mainly lots of shooting, and it's very obvious of what's going on. Spore has finished, and the first queen is out. 3 queens, as well as 2 spores getting up right now. This hatchery is gonna go down, so it's gonna be 2 base against 2 base. And the Mutalis count is at 18. It seems unlikely that Elazer can just slowly but surely crawl forward with these spores and eventually get up into the natural. No, that is doesn't seem very realistic. Especially because this was the slowest Nidus network that I've seen in my entire life. I mean, he tried walking across the map first. He lost every single queen. If this works, then this should be the strategy to always deal with Mutas. But we don't really see that too often. Denver's just going to take the third base over here, which I think is a smart decision from this young French Terran player. 3 Mutas try to get into the main base and start harassing these drones a little bit. And I do like that he keeps majority of his Mutalisks at home. That means he's going to be capable of picking off 1 or 2 queens here. That's actually kind of painful. A lot of these Ravagers are also going down, by the way. I think that was 3 Ravagers that we just saw go down. Continuing his Muta adventure as well here. Getting his +2. I'm curious what actually is the best call here. Because it feels like that eventually, if the spores stay alive, the Mutas aren't the answer. And the answer is going to be more on the ground, right? And kind of forcing ground units on both sides, and you with the Mutas you force your opponent to stay close to the spores. So the Mutas are more of a zoning tool than of a direct engagement tool. I'm surprised to see him continuing building more and more Mutas, as it feels like there should perhaps be something else here that he could be doing. He's gonna pick off 1 of these queens. No, yes, 1 of the queens does end up going down. The Muta count is still growing. 4 more Mutas on the way. 23 Mutas out already. It's gonna be 27. +2 about to finish up. More spores are being constructed right now, and there's 4 queens here. So I feel like this Nidus is relatively vulnerable. So are these queens though. 1 queen's gonna get taken out, 1 Ravager will die, 2nd Ravager goes down. Spores are great at fighting this from a distance. Infestation Pit coming up right now for Elazer. So we have this big run by that I was kind of... It's not even a run by that I'm hoping for. I'm not entirely sure about going in, because that means you're gonna lose all these links. It's not like you're completely outmining your opponent here either. There's no upgrades on these links either, correct? Yeah, there's nothing, and these are 1/1 roaches. You're just gonna take out all of these links. A couple of drones will end up falling, which is a big deal. 10 workers actually fall. That's painful, but at the same time, I mean, there's really nothing here for Denver to do with these Mutas. Increasing the Muta count doesn't actually seem to do very much. It really doesn't. I mean, you're still zoning out your opponent. You're just investing more and more resources into these Mutas, which could have been invested in roaches. Maybe he could... I wonder if he could have tacked into a lurker or something like that. I don't think that's possible, but... Maybe just roaches and getting more drones would have been the answer. Because it's going to be close to impossible to actually ever move down this ramp as Elazer, no matter the number of Mutas there are, right? You can get a couple of spines here, and you can have the Mutas around. It's going to actually try to target down some spores. Maybe you can just kill the spores actually with this Muta count, so maybe it's all good. It's all alright. There's no pathogen glands, which means that these infestors need to wait a little bit until they have the energy to fungal these Mutalisks. More roaches are now coming out, and another spore gets taken out. Slowly but surely we're working our way through this spore count. Only 6 are remaining at this point. We still have 27 Mutalisks, 5 more on the way. +2, of course, playing a pretty decently sized role. We have another Ling run by as well, and good target fire out of Denver is going to be taking out 6 more workers here. 7 more workers, excuse me. Oh my god, huge fungals here. 2nd big fungal. Do we have a 3rd big fungal? 3rd big fungal is there. This is going to cost a couple of Mutalisks. 22 Mutas remain. These 5 might just fall if we hit another fungal. The roaches have managed to come through though. 17 Mutas remain. That means 12 Mutas went down. And perhaps worse is that these spores managed to push through as well. 17 workers are still here for Elazer. And now the links are coming in, trying to target down as many spores as they can. Good moves here out of Denver. And will take out, I believe there was 2 more spores. And with the money that Elazer has, it's actually going to be very difficult to replace these spores as well. Now, sure, there's not a whole lot of anti-air. There's 7 more Mutas on the way. Oh, queen's gonna fall. 1 queen for a Muta usually would be a bad trade, but if you're mining 3 times as much as your opponent, I don't mind it that much. I actually think it might be a good trade. Wouldn't mind another spine crawler up here either, as we see once again Denver going in for the spore, gets the spore. That means there's now 3 spores remaining, and these spores can just be taken out. No, I think Denver can just actually fight this straight up. Yep, that's what he realized as well. He's gonna go for it? So it's 19. Oh, there's a couple of fungals now available, or close to being available, so he's very afraid. Yeah, makes some sense, I guess. 19 mutas are out, and here comes Elazer one more time. Gets the first fungal, you gotta be kidding me. Second fungal gets hit as well. 3, 4 mutas, a third fungal gets hit. A fourth fungal on majority of them, and 5 to finish up the job is not quite going to do it. 14 Mutalisks remain against 4 queens. A lot of the drones are going down on the side of Denver though. Only has 30 workers remaining at this point. And the infestors stay alive as well. If these roaches go back to the spore, would that be good enough? Is there any fungals remaining? There's not. Can Denver jump on top of this spore? I think the answer is no. There's too many transfusions here. Just microed with the Nidus. I don't think I've seen Nidus micro being used before in my life. Perhaps TLO done it at some point. And if so, then I'm sorry that I missed that. These queens are doing one hell of a job as well over here. Keeping everything alive, transfusing each other. Roaches once again going into the natural, trying to pop in, trying to kill that hatchery. But with these +2 on the Mutalisk, these roaches will fall very rapidly. Infestors once again getting that energy, and Elazer is right now breathing in his corner, trying to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, getting back that energy, and then ding, 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 ding. It's time for round number 3. And I'm not quite sure if Denver is still so confident in this game all of a sudden. Here comes Denver, here comes Denver. No pre-split on the Mutas. Gonna take out this Nidus in the back, which means there's not going to be any reinforcements for now. Nidus gets built. Oh my god, that's the first big fungal. One infestor will fall. Second big fungal. Third fungal. All hits. Why isn't he splitting? Why isn't he splitting? He's not splitting any of these Mutalisks. And they will survive. At least a chunk of them will survive. These infestors now are empty. I think 2 more new infestors got built. Oh, 3 new infestors got built. These roaches are moving forward. Drones need to be evacuated. Mutas were on the wrong side of the road right now. We have these queens falling. Spores were trying to move forward. They are going to get there eventually. So Elazer, what are we doing here? Okay, gets another fungal. These infestors are safe, at least next to these spores for now. This base is dead, which means there's no more mining. Except long distance mining right now for Denver. Is Elazer outmining his opponent? If these drones actually get home, that would be a big deal. These drones are very important right now for Denver, and he probably should be protecting them. I also wouldn't mind if Denver just dives on these infestors. Yep, here we go. I do like that move. I do like that move. Gets at least one infestor. He's going to end up losing a couple of extra drones here, though, as a result of that. Almost walks into his own bile there, and he's gonna lose these roaches most likely as well, as he now needs to run back home. He's gonna lose the infestors if he isn't careful. Actually, even if he is careful, he's gonna lose the infestors. All of this is going to go down. There's 16 Mutalisks remaining. This is a very confusing game here. So we have 2 spores still around. You have Denver can't build a hatchery because of the creep tumor. Are you joking? Are you actually kidding me? Denver once again is looking for some damage here. But I think the one thing he should be looking for is getting that extra base. This is the tumor that changed the game. He's gonna take the other side base now, I think, as a result. Or maybe just go for the natural. I would not like if he goes for the natural. He's gonna instead start attacking these spores. Do you go home to kill these spores or what? Like, oh my god, no way. Oh. Okay, even if you just get 2 or 3, that's a huge deal. You're trading energy for units. It's gonna get 2. That's a really big deal. And now you just wait until you get your next round of fungals. This spore is gonna fly away. Why is there no base here? Why are we not building a base currently? Pure long distance mining coming out of Denver here. Okay, he's gonna send out this worker. Build the hatch over there. This spore is gonna get taken down eventually. This spore will die as well. The creep tumor is gonna get taken out. It's actually kind of important to kill the creep tumors, isn't it? Infestor count is gonna keep growing. And I think Queen Infestor beats Mutalisk. I think the actual army here for Denver is just better. or sorry, for Elazer is just better. The problem is that he needs to crawl towards an extra base, and his natural is mining out. He still has, what, 60, 95, about 500 minerals total to mine from. And he will need to get a hatchery at some point. He's gonna crawl forward. Actually, with this amount of infestors, he doesn't need to crawl anymore. He can just walk. And walking he is. Okay, his mutas are looking for some damage out of Denver. Not quite going to find it. His hatchery is on the way. 5 roach run-bys being sent out on the map. It's going to get spotted at some point, though. These roaches are most likely, at least one of them might get taken out. Nope. These roaches will get taken out, though. If these roaches get like 2-3 workers, that's already worth it, though. Don't forget that. Because that is income that Denver can't really afford to lose. It's going to lose 4 workers. It's a huge deal. Actually, it's a huge deal. Elazer is completely understanding this position. And he has been understanding this position a lot better than Denver, it feels like. 5 drones go down for the entirety of the game. 3 more infestors on the way. That looks like a draw to me. Yeah, sure, buddy. Looks like a draw to me as well. It's not ZVP, yeah. Nice try. Absolutely a brilliant try there out of Denver. I do like that he attempted that. But it's not quite going to work out like that. It's going to lose 2, well, at least 1 muta here, I think. If Elazer focuses well, it's going to get 2 good focus out of Elazer, getting both of these muta lists. And I feel like Denver is right now dying a very slow death. The one thing he could still do is maybe he could sacrifice mutas to kill drones. This sounds stupid, but there's actually no fighting units on the ground whatsoever here, except the infestor. So technically, if you kill like 8-9 workers, or if you kill, imagine you kill 14 workers and you lose 14 mutas. I think that's worth it if then you throw down a roach warren. I think that might just be worth it. And I think that's exactly what Denver's doing here. Sadly, he's going to get caught by this big freaking fungal. And there's just so many infestors here. All of these mutas are going to be going down. Well, all of them? Yep, all of them. Every last one is going to fall off that group. And now these are going to get caught as well. I think Denver's just absolutely dead. GG, well played, gets called as Elazer with some, honestly, some insane grit here. Stayed into the game and really grinded this one out. Very solid play. Denver getting a little bit too confident perhaps in his position and ends up losing. So congratulations to Elazer, of course. That's going to be it for me today. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you all next time for a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.